Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I like to share any and all things that bring me joy, hence the name Sharelation. I did a few comparison videos with my other Goyard bags, and I decided to close this little series by doing a comparison between this Goyard Boheme Bag, which is the infamous hobo bag from Goyard. It's very simple in terms of the construction. One leather handle, zipper closure, and we have this removable pouch inside. And I decided to compare this one to my Pliage large size bag, and this is in the color I believe it's called Hawthorn. They don't make this color anymore, but it's a very light nude kind of colored pink, which I really love, along with a navy blue accent. And so this is the size large again. I'm gonna close this up so I can put it on my scale just to give you a good size weight comparison. Both bags are empty, and let's move the scale over. I actually wonder which bag is lighter. This is the most comparable to these bags are the most comparable in my collection, so I thought it would be useful, especially since the Longchamp large size is quite common. Many people use it carrying it to work and whatnot. So I'm gonna try and lay it like this so we get the weight of the strap. Okay, so it is, the strap's covering, but it's 11.6 ounces or 0.33 kg. Let that reset. And in terms of the Goyard, it's always best to kind of flatten it. I'm gonna weigh it with the little pouch inside. .2 ounces or 0.32 kg. So very comparable in terms of the weight. The Longchamp is a tiny bit heavier, but it's because I think it is larger in terms of the size. So let's kind of flatten both bags. I like to flatten this by folding the Boheme bag kind of down the middle and then flattening it like this to store. I think you can also do it this way, but I guess it doesn't really matter because it's just a canvas material. And I'm gonna open this bag up. So we're gonna measure both bags just to give you a good frame of reference. And I'm gonna probably zip this up and button the top. Okay, so let's do the Goyard bag first. In terms of the base, I'm gonna use my flexible tape measure. I am again just gonna measure kind of the rectangular part. So from one end to the other, the base is about 13 and like a quarter inch. Yeah, 13 and a quarter inches. The width of the bag, okay, we'll try to take kind of the middle part, which is, it's a tiny bit narrow because it kind of funnels down a slight bit. If you can see the shape, this is technically the widest, but we can measure both. I'm just gonna take the middle. So the middle part is about 15 and 3/4 inches. Yeah, almost 16. But when you get to the base, the widest part, it's probably, yeah, it's close to 17 inches. And we might as well do the very top. From the leather tab over here, one end to the other, is about 14. So the narrowest part is about 14 inches. And then as we travel down, closer to 16 over here, and the bottom is a good 17 inches. I just realized I didn't capture all of that, so let's do this again. So from the base all the way, from the widest part is about 17 inches, and as we travel up, you can see it's about 16 inches in the middle, and then the very top, leather tab to leather tab, is about 14 inches. So hopefully this gives you a good frame of reference in terms of the opening. Actually, let's measure the opening because there is the zipper that's that may make this a little bit more narrow, and in case you want to like put a laptop here or something. Okay, so let's zip it up. So I'm measuring from the very far end, the zipper, all the way to the opening. It is going to be very close to 14 inches, but I feel like it might be a little bit less because of the actual zipper. So I think it is actually 14. Oh, maybe actually like 13 3/4. So for example, if you want to put a 13-inch laptop in here, it might fit. I just wanted you to be aware of this particular part of the end of the zipper. It ends a little bit, you know, before the leather tab, and of course the other end as well. So I would shave off maybe like 1/2 inch just to be safe if you're considering using this for like a laptop of that size. Actually, I'll bring my laptop over just to show at the very end. Okay, so we measured the width of the bag. Let's do the height. Okay, so the height I'm measuring kind of from the middle part, but as you know, it kind of curves down. Let's do the middle part above that leather piece. All the way down is about 10.5 inches. Yeah, a little bit under 10.5 inches, but this gives you a reference. And in terms of the strap drop, I have to sort of pull this up a little bit just to make it in a full, like make the shape where similar to how you would be carrying it. So from the top of the leather strap to the top of this leather piece, about 8.5 inches, maybe a little bit more, about 8.5 inches. Okay, in terms of the Longchamp Pliage bag in the size large. Okay, again, let's gonna measure the base over here. It is approximately 12 inches. Okay, so we compare this. The Goyard is a little bit wider. So this is the shape of the triangle. So not the triangle, the rectangle. So maybe about 1 inch or so wider in terms of the Goyard. Okay, if we measure the width of the bag, it's pretty much the same from the top, but let's go from the bottom to from the widest part all the way over here. It's about 18.5 inches. And if we do the same as the Boheme bag and we travel up, it is about 18. Sorry, this is 18.5. It's about the same. Yeah, it should be about the same all the way up to the top. Maybe a smidge more narrow on top. So it goes to about 18 inches when you hit the top. Okay, you see 18 inches. So about 1/2 inch difference. And in terms of the height, I'm going to measure the top of that flap all the way down here. It's almost 12 inches. Almost 12 inches, just a little shy of it. Okay, in terms of the strap drop, again, from the top of the leather piece over here, top of the leather piece, all the way down. It's easier to measure this way. Top of the leather piece all the way to the top of the leather tab, about 8 3/4 inches. And when you do a side-by-side comparison, we know that the Longchamp is wider, but not by a whole lot. I mean, I think we said this was 14 inches and this is about 18. So we have about 2 inches on each side, but you can see the height of the bag, somewhat similar. This is taller by a bit. If I open up the flap, you can see it's taller by a bit, wider by a bit, and the strap drop, when we hold it on top, it's quite comparable because this is lower, this is higher. So it's about similar when you're actually carrying it on the shoulder. And plus, because this kind of sags a little bit, depending on how much you have, you can get a little more room like this. Okay, so I hope you found this helpful. And the last part, let's try to widen the base for both, just to give you a frame of reference. After we do that, I'll grab the laptop and we can do a quick laptop, what fits in my bag for the laptop. Okay, so I flatten both of the bases and I hold it side by side like this. You can see similar, the Longchamp is bigger. It can hold more, width-wise and height, but it's about similar. So I hope this helps. Okay, and let me flatten this, and I'm going to be right back with the laptop. Okay, so this is the laptop that I use for work. I'm not going to show the back of it because it has my company information, but this is a 13-inch Dell laptop. And to be more specific, this is the Latitude 7340. So it should be 13 inches. Yeah, maybe 13 and a half. You can check the specs when you look up the specific model, but you can see, just by laying it on top of the bag, you can put a laptop of this size in both bags. I'm gonna try and put it in the Boheme bag just to show you how much more room you'll have after you put the laptop in. So this size, quite easy to just slip in. You can, okay, so standing up like this. You can just slide it in like this. You can see where the zipper is from one end to the other. It doesn't take any effort to kind of slide in. It fits in very nicely, and of course it will just sit sort of like a thin book inside the bag. So actually I might use this as a work bag when the weather gets warmer. So I hope this helps in case you were wondering if a laptop would fit, and it definitely does, but it has to be around this size. Okay, so if you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below. If you have any suggestions on any other comparison of the bags that I have, please leave me that suggestion down below as well. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.